Alright everyone, welcome back to Toyo's channel. Demon Slayer Mugen Train has been doing really well across the world, regardless whether it's Japan or Asia or even now that it's in the States, it's doing big numbers, and I'm really glad that everyone's jumping onto this franchise regardless whether it's manga or anime / movie, because it has tons of really interesting characters, and one of them is Rengoku-san, which is definitely one of the highlights of the entire journey for Tanjiro, and also Rengoku-san is definitely one of the main protagonists in the Mugen Train movie, and I'm just really excited to show you the latest Rengoku-san figure from Figuarts Zero / Tamashii Nations, as you can see behind me here. And also I've got tons of other stuff, as you can see, that were released recently, and I've also got some Demon Slayer curry as well as some rice sprinklers with seaweed and some other bits and bobs. So I'll be unboxing them for you guys, and just give me the time to film and edit the videos, because essentially I'm playing video games as well. So I've just finished Nier Replicant and jumping onto the version 2.0 for the Monster Hunter Rise game on Switch. As always, please kindly like the like button as well as subscribe to my channel for more goodness and greatness, and let's go! Box, it looks absolutely amazing, and similar to Tanjiro's fire dance, the motif is extremely similar. It's got the different gold glittery bits layered all over the box, and it looks amazing because they are a little bit reflective as well. And on the front we have the logo Kimetsu no Yaiba, and also for Rengoku-san's face sculpt, it looks really amazing, as well as you can see through the transparent piece of plastic. And at the bottom you can have a closer shot of how the figure will look like. And let's move on to the side. So essentially it just gives you a really nice depiction of what to expect within the box. Rengoku Kyojiro flame breathing. The fire and the motion just looks amazing, as if Rengoku is jumping out and using his fire moves. And the fire looks definitely better than the Tanjiro's one, because they don't add too much paint for the fire, but that's definitely to be debated because I have not opened this yet, so hopefully it doesn't go down that same road. On the back, more of the same on the right hand side, and on the left you have close-up shots of, for example, Kyojiro's face, and on the back with his fiery cape and also his sword, which I really am looking forward to getting the 1-to-1 replica down the line this year. And also you can change the face to a more serious one at the bottom. Let's move on. Nothing too special here, just a very generic side. And I believe it's time to open this really highly anticipated figure. Make sure you take these out carefully, otherwise it might damage the fire effects. This figure is as good as I had hoped. They've really improved on these fiery effect parts, and I'll show you guys the quick comparison with the Tanjiro one. They haven't really used the plasticky paint, I'd say, and used the more conventional translucent paint as with any figure effects would have used. For example, even this gachapon of mine, it looks absolutely amazing. Remember how the fiery effects were in the 90s, so that's kind of the motive here. Although the paint job is mostly good, I'd say, but there are some misses here. But anyway, given the price range of this figure, I'm not going to expect them to deliver something that's, I don't know, 2-3 times the value. It's mostly good already. And inside the cave, you can see the uniform Metsu, the Japanese character, and that looks really good as well. They've really nailed the essence. And even for the sword holder as well, it looks really great. The sculpt is really good, despite it being such a small piece. And the coloring is just a little bit off, but I am not a big fusser on that with these figures, as I've been disappointed by even worse ones many times previously. So for the boots, it looks great as well. The coloring is great, and yeah, it's just pretty spot on, to be honest. There's some color overlining, but on the whole you don't really see it because on the front the fire kind of covers that already. So moving to the sword, you can see the Japanese characters. Here you can see the more minor details of the sword with the fire effects. Okay, so some scuff there on the sword. You can kind of see the red and yellow. So I just love how much work they've put into this. Maybe they've heard some feedback as well from the fans, because a lot of people have been complaining about the Tanjiro one previously, so they really upped their game here. Okay, and the main dish, the face. So the face looks really good. It's clean, the expression is very natural. It really gives that feeling of how Rengoku-san is moving in this gesture, and everything is kind of flying in motion. The cape, the hair, the uniform, and it just looks amazing. Even for the hand sculpt, just look at it. It's very natural, and you can kind of see the gradients as well for the shadows, and it just looks great. Okay, moving down, we've got the front part of the uniform. You can see the belt, the coloring is pretty good as well, as you can see the buckle and the holes being painted in silver, and there's not much, well, or no over coloring. And even the buttons as well on his uniform, it looks really immaculately done. That's how a figure should be. I mean, I don't know what Bandai was thinking in the previous Tanjiro release, as that was my first Figuarts Zero from the Demon Slayer line. I didn't really like it, and it's awesome to know that Bandai is really addressing these issues and improving on these future figures, and are pretty much listening and improving all the time, so that's good, right? And the fiery effect just looks really natural. As you can see, the gradient goes from dark orange to orange, and you get some yellows at the tip as well, which definitely complements the overall of Rengoku-san's fire breathing moves. If you take a look at the figure from an all-rounded perspective, this time round the fire sculpt is really natural as well, as you can kind of see with lesser fire on the right hand side to really show off the cape and the flying motion, and you get more fire on the left hand side. The fire is more intense, and as you can see, the flamey pillars is really nicely done, and they've even added a separate one here on the middle part as well as on the back. This really complements with the leg gesture Rengoku-san is in, with him kind of jumping out from the back, and it just looks really fantastic. And if you look at it from the back, it's kind of like the flame engulfing him, so the motion is set along for him to jump forward. So for the other head, unfortunately I've got this really flawed one because of the eye being a little bit imbalanced. As you can see, the right one, I have no idea what it's doing flying up towards the top. But anyway, that's what I got. So if you look at it from the side on the left, it looks pretty immaculate. But when it goes to the right hand side, it kind of looks a bit off, right? Or is it just me? But even if you set it in motion like this, It's still slightly tilted towards the right and upwards, so definitely a weird one. But anyhow, I'll change the face for you guys so you can see how it looks with the different face expression. Just be gentle when you take it off. Okay, so now we've got an aged up Rengoku-san in his 40s by hair. Look at that eye! Like, I would never, like, first of all, with this expression, it's not the best sell to me of displaying it with this kind of cold face, but with that eye, it's really, yeah, no. But anyhow, let's put it on. I actually think it's the eye's pupil that's really putting it in a weird position, because it kind of looks tilted towards the top, but if you look at the white bits, it looks kind of better. So I think it's definitely the pupil that's putting it off, and it just looks real bad. Come on, it looks like a counterfeit, to be honest. And it's definitely something I do not expect from Bandai, but it's a toy after all, so there are some flaws here and there from time to time. But I'm just really glad that the overall figure is really on point this time, and there's not a lot of stuff to complain about, or literally nothing major to complain about. So let's switch him back to his normal head. Overall, just to sum up, I really like the fiery effects, as they have really improved over the Tanjiro's one that was released previously. With the head sculpt, the normal head is nice, as well as the motion of the different items, for example hair, the cape, and the uniform as well. It looks amazing. And in terms of the sword, they've added in a lot of needed details, and they've done a good job on that as well. And in terms of the overall gesture for the figure, I really love how Rengoku-san is jumping out of the engulfing fire to use the fire breathing move, as we have seen in the Mugen Train movie. And this figure on the whole is just really a bang for your buck, because it doesn't retail for too high, as it's below 10,000 yen, so Bandai hasn't gone all crazily aggressive as with some other more premium figures. For example, with some more expensive ones from, let's say, the Aniplex line. So I definitely recommend this figure, as it looks really, really good. Please kindly like the like button, as well as subscribe to my channel for more goodness and greatness. Stay safe and see ya!